I swear, I always get goosebumps when I see this scene. Seeing War Greymon being powered up by the Holy Digimon and all of the Digidestined standing at the face, against the face of Deathmon, against the face of Catastrophe. They're standing side by side protecting the world as all the other Digimon, be it Leomon, Wisemon, they're just understanding what the gravity that these chosen children bring. And this OST is so good! And you see, and Wiseman just gives this monologue, and I swear I got goosebumps right now, saying how the children's reliability and the sincerity to form a friendship with the Digimon. The chosen one saved the knowledge and nurtured us with courage and love. He's racking through every single one of the crests, every single one of the qualities that they individually bring. All of them bring these qualities, but each of them represent that specific quality. I'm gonna turn it off now. Oh my god. Actually, no, let me just watch it. Look, where there's light, there's shadow. Finally racking it up and finally saying, where there's light, there's shadow. And that's them justifying their crests. Look, behold our light of hope. And then you see the fantastic, absolutely fantastic evolution sequence between Magna Anjuman and Anjawomon to Seraphimon and Ophanimon. Holy Anjuman! I love it. I love it. Let me pause that. I swear to God, this was probably one of the most beautifully animated sequences in terms of mega evolution. It was so detailed and you can literally see it. I got a lot of Power Ranger vibe from this, from the point of not only the mega evolution of Holy Anjuman to Seraphimon and Anjawomon to Ophanimon, but even when the Sound Birdmon converged together to again create or materialize Deathmon, it felt very, I don't know, when they all come together and you have that giant Power Ranger villain, you had these real villainous vibes to it. Now, let's rewind, guys. Let's rewind all the way to the beginning and I'll try to summarize it quite quickly. The first half of the episode was just them justifying, okay, something's a bit weird. TK and Patamon had a dream where Devimon appeared saying, look, the sound that gave me life, the sound that kind of spurred me on, I can hear it. I can hear the sound of destruction that erases everything. The great catastrophe. It doesn't care about light nor darkness. It just wants to erase all into the void of the white. And you're like thinking, what's going on? What's going on? And this first half of the episode was sewing up and tying up a lot of the loose ends and a lot of the knowledge bits which wasn't made fully aware to all of the Digidestined, and kind of making everyone aware. When TK meets up with Akari, and then they eventually meet up with the rest of the Digidestined at the Tree of Knowledge, where Wisemon, where Ghoulmon are all there. It was a great way to again get them all back together. Each of them achieved that little mission of their crest. Each of them achieved what they needed to achieve. So now they should be in a different plane, a different level, or they should have cemented what they mean to be a chosen one. As Leomon does say later on, we believe in you, the chosen children, the Digidestined. I like the fact that they kind of got them all together and they're going that way. More importantly, I do like the fact how you have Ghoulmon in this more humanoid form, the one that we saw in the movie and the one we saw a couple of episodes ago. They're trying to really not humanize, but give a face to this entity, to this villainous side, because usually you have one villain that is the face of it. Now, as much as I love Millenniumon, and we've said it many times before, Millenniumon is the entity of actual destruction. He's evil incarnate, but they kind of try to justify it this time around by saying, look, they don't really care about good or evil. Millenniumon is all about evil, and then we've got the good side. This is indiscriminate in its destruction. It is the great catastrophe. And from the great catastrophe, you figure out that the Sound Birdmon, who they thought were the instruments or the minions of Devimon, were actually not. Then they pieced together that maybe Devimon was being moved by a larger force. Devimon was trying to figure out the secrets of evolution. He was trying to break the natural law of evolution. He failed because he became mad. And that technology, that thinking was then used by Vadermon to revive Millenniumon. So these are all pieces of the great catastrophe, the agents of the great catastrophe. And you can see how Ghoulmon is their agent. He's the main connective tissue towards the great catastrophe. It's really quite interesting to see how they all piece it together and they're all back in the tree of knowledge. When the Soundbirdmon come to attack, all the Digidestined really come for the save and they destroy as many of the Soundbirdmon as they can. But the Soundbirdmon, they converge together and they materialize one of the agents of chaos, the agents of the calamity, the catastrophe, and that is of course Deathmon. Deathmon is one of the best and most iconic villains, not from the anime point of view, but more so from the manga. He was one of the biggest characters from the V-Tamers manga, and this series is kind of taking inspiration from the V-Tamers manga, especially how they characterize Tai, where Tai is more independent, he's more heroic, he's more smart, he's more proactive, and having Deathmon finally make his debut in the 2020 series, it was very fitting. I expected him to talk, but he did talk at the end. Deathmon was an absolute beast with that giant eyeball. He was trying to destroy everything in his path. And that's when we got, oh my god, I said in the beginning, I genuinely got goosebumps when we saw all of the chosen children glowing alongside their partner Digimon face the face of catastrophe, or the first agent of catastrophe, and that is of course Deathmon. Wow, I just got goosebumps. It was so good, and I like the fact how they kind of took a step back. Although you had War Greymon, who really stole all the light, stole all the spotlight during the fight against Millenniumon, but they allowed the angels to really come forth, and we got the glorious evolution of not only Seraphimon but also Ophanimon. It wasn't a cookie cutter, quick boom boom come out of an orb. No, we saw literally the transformation across the wrists, the ankles, the neck. It was a phenomenal Digi evolution mega sequence, and again, they didn't disappoint. They look great. Having the movesets being showcased for Seraphimon and with Ophanimon doing the final move was just, again, great. And you'd think, okay, that's a great point to end it at, but it didn't stop right there. Then they cut back to this main entity, Algomon and his boss, who seems to be called Negamon, I'm not too sure, but so far the Wikia have given a like it's a giant eye with mouths and whatnot, but let's see. Let the time come. I don't like looking ahead. I don't like spoilers, but it is looking to spice up quite well. It's a entity that is fighting not only against good but also evil. It has no care who good and who evil is. And it didn't stop there. We then see when the chosen children are around the monoliths, which have each of their crests, they start glowing and they look great. It looked very aesthetic and the color palette just worked. They're shown these monoliths suddenly disappear. And when they go outside the tree, they see these pockets, these different pockets from the sky, just empty, just white. It's like a break in the dimension itself. And then they go back to the dream of what Devimon said. Everything is going to be consumed and destroyed by the void of white. And then you see that mysterious Digimon right there in the shadow. Is that Negamon? I'm not too sure what his name is, but it's making it very interesting. I expect the next couple of episodes to be a banger after a banger after a banger. Deathmon said he's only the first cry for the great catastrophe, so there's more to come. So I expect to have all of the evil Digimon. Are they really evil? The chaotic Digimon, are they really chaotic? The catastrophic Digimon to make the entrance. So maybe the 7 demon lords are all going to be replaced by, oh no, I think they are. All of the 7 demon lords are going to be replaced by the Digimon of the catastrophe. And the first one being Deathmon. I wonder who the others are going to be. Are we going to get one-on-one battles? We had a showcase of the Angels versus Deathmon. Are we going to have one for maybe pair them up against each of these mega Digimon or really crazy-ass Digimon? I'm not too sure. I can't really wait. I'm not going to look at the preview for next week, but let's kind of unpack things in terms of how it made me feel. It made me feel okay. Things are finally coming together and they're getting the same or similar gravitas as what I felt with Millenniumon. It's not the same actually. Millenniumon's one was just crazy. I don't think nothing can match that. I can only be proven wrong until the final few episodes or when we see the final villain. It's good. It was a great episode. Guys, comment down below. What was your favorite part of the episode? Because a lot of things happened. And I'm so happy that Wise Man didn't say, "This brings joy to my knowledge," over and over and over again. Anyway, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. Take care.